Today's story is called A House is a House for Me. I hope you can see the pictures clearly. It's written by Mary Ann Hoberman. It's a very old book, this. A house is a house for me. A hill is a house for an ant. A hive is a house for a bee. A hole is a house for a mole or a mouse. And a house is a house for me. Look at that beautiful tree house. A web is a house for a spider. A bird builds its nest in a tree. There is nothing so snug as a bug in a rug, and a house is a house for me. Can you hear all the rhyming? Look, they've made a little cardboard box. A coop? That's a house for a chicken. A sty? That's a house for a sow. A fold? That's where sheep all gather to sleep. A barn? That's a house for a cow. It is also, of course, a house for a horse. A kennel's a house for a dog. A dog is a house for a flea. But when a dog strays, a flea sometimes stays, and then it may move in on me. Oh no, I don't want fleas. I'll be itchy all day long. Houses for rabbits are hutches. A house for a mule is a shed. A mule is a donkey. A castle's a house for a duchess. A bedbug beds down in a bed. Look at all the bed bugs. That duchess must be quite itchy too, because they also make you itch. Mosquitoes like mud holes or puddles. Whales need an ocean or sea. A fish or a snake may make do with a lake, but a house is a house for me. Look at this cozy house under the umbrella at the sea. A shell is a dwelling for shellfish, for oysters and lobsters and clams. Each snail has a shell and each turtle as well, but not any lions or lambs. Lions live out in the open. Monkeys live up in a tree. Hippos live down in a river. Now, what do you know about me? That's a busy picture. An igloo's a house for an Eskimo. A teepee's a house for a Cree. A teepee is a tent. A pueblo's is a house for a Hopi. And a wigwam may hold a Mohi. A garage is a house for a car or a truck. A hangar's a house for a plane. A dock or a slip is a house for a ship. And a terminal's a house for a train. There are lots of things that have houses. Look at this. A husk is a house for a corn that we eat. A pod is a place for a pea. A nutshell's a hut for a hickory nut. But what is a shelter for me? Where did they make a shelter? Under the table. A glove is a house for a hand. A stocking's a house for a knee. A shoe or a boot is a house for a foot, and a house is a house for me. Look, the squirrel is hibernating. Oh, look at this. Do you know who this is? That looks like the Joker and Alice in Wonderland having a tea party with a bunny. A box is a house for a tea bag. A teapot's a house for some tea. If you pour me a cup and I drink it all up, then the tea house will turn into me. That's funny. Yes, because the tea goes to live in your tummy, hey? Then you become the new house for the tea that you just drank. Cartons are houses for crackers. Castles are houses for kings. The more that I think about houses, the more things are houses for things. I agree. And if you get started in thinking, I think you will find it is true that the more that you think about houses for things, the more things are houses to you. Barrels are houses for pickles, and bottles are houses for jam. A pot is a spot for potatoes. A sandwich is home for some ham. The cookie jar's home to cookies. The bread box is home to the bread. My coat is a house for my body. My hat is a house for my head. Perhaps I have started far-fetching. Perhaps I am stretching things some. A mirror's a house for reflections. A throat is a house for a hum. Get it? But once you get started in thinking, you think and you think and you think. How pockets are houses for coins and pens can be houses for ink. How peaches are houses for peach pits and sometimes are houses for worms. How trash cans are houses for garbage and garbage makes houses for germs. That's true. And envelopes, earmuffs and eggshells and bathrobes and baskets and bins and rag bags and rubbers and roosters and tablecloths, toasters and tins. Look at all those things. And once you get started in thinking this way, it seems that whatever you see is either a house or it lives in a house, and a house is a house for me. Look at this lovely tent, so full of stuff. A book is a house for a story. A rose is a house for a smell. My head is a house for a secret I can never tell. Look, that could be Ariana celebrating her birthday today. A flower's at home in a garden. A donkey's at home in a stall. Each creature that's known has a house of its own. And the earth is a house for us all. Go and have a look around at home and see what kind of different houses you can find. Think creative, use your imagination. Remember our new habit of mind. And you can even make your own house at home with a box or a blanket or use your imagination. Go make a plan. Thanks for joining me for story today. Bye-bye, leopards.